Good morning. My name is Milos Cernak, but it's a Slavic name, so it's originally is Milos Cernak. It's a Slovak, next to Ukraine. And today, so I work as an engineer at Logitech here in the APFL campus. And today I'm going to talk about machine learning for consumer electronics, just 5 minutes. So after a brief overview, I'll talk directly about opportunities and challenges related to on-device deployment, personalization that brings unique user experience, and self-supervised learning. So Logitech, maybe you know, maybe not, has been founded in 1981, more than 40 years ago, here in Switzerland and Silicon Valley, and known for keyboards and mouses. And now Logitech is a multi-brand company focusing on design, on innovations and quality. And we try to connecting people. So now we have streamers and creators in our family, like the Blue voice microphones, or we have video conferencing devices and hearable devices. So let us start with the brief overview of the report done by Speechmatics 2022. They found that telecom has been the industry that saw voice rise in consumer electronics 2 years ago. But after pandemics and touchless experiences and hybrid working, we see consumer electronics almost on the top, just behind banking, financing, and healthcare. This is why I've chosen 3 examples for voice in consumer electronics. So the first opportunity and challenge we have seen in our devices is on-device deployment. Because, for example, it's about energy saving, so we don't need to always transmit to the cloud, or improved security and privacy, because the data is kept locally. It also brings low latency, which is very important for audio applications and on-device processing. However, there is a challenge of seamless user experience when we have methods running in both locally and on the cloud. Also, for running devices on device, we cannot run the billion parameters models. It's like HAI, I think, parallel track here. So we have to develop ML that is blended digital signal processing and ML, which is very difficult. And in the industry, it is still 2 different worlds. We have audio engineers and we have machine learning engineers, and we don't have both overlapping. And last but not least, it depends on advances in hardware. For example, neuromorphic in memory computing is very important and those platforms, those chips are not available or lag behind the methods we have. For example, we have devised analog and digital signal processing, the fusion, which we submitted to InterSpeech 2022. I can share it with you. The second challenge and opportunity is personalization. That brings a unique user experience because we can customize user experience. For example, we want to suppress disturbing sounds for people with autism. Or we want to enhance or suppress particular sounds in the gaming audio scene. So you can imagine like having a wellness chair with knobs, and we want to use those knobs to adjust experience just for you. And you see the challenge, which is here, the technology and design alignment. When we have the wellness chair with 5 or 10 or 20 knobs, too much is maybe too much. An example here, we are developing voice communication hearable devices for Zoom in home, for example. And we are developing personalized experience, so you can enroll your voice like with OK Google. And when you have close by distractor that is not participating in the call, or you are at home and a kid's talking to you, you want to suppress in real time those overlapping speech. For example,
Consumers are
So
increasingly
one of the
looking at
only three
SUVs,
sedans
and
still
automakers
offered by the
are
GM
increasingly
Group
looking at
alongside the
electrification.
Cadet.
so if you are listening at the remote side, it's not very pleasant communication. So we need to have on-device voice suppression, which is source separation, and is really challenging.
Consumers are increasingly looking at SUVs, and automakers are increasingly looking at electrification.
And the last challenge is a self-supervised learning that leverages unlabeled audio that we have tons in industry, and zero-shot learning, so when you want to recognize classes that you didn't train for. But here, the challenge here, this is still not interpretable. And we have participated in the Year 2021 challenge, developing neural audio representation. And more you can find in ICAST 2022 submission. And as a summary, I presented opportunities and challenges for audio, but we are working also on volumetric, like 3D video, modeling and rendering, or brain signals processing, and healthy aging and so on. Thank you very much.